Next up, we are off to Toronto for some lessons on creating that perfect pasta dish from Italian-Canadian chef Matt Basile, who says his success all started with the support of his friends. Italian-Canadian chef Matt Basile has a passion for people and food. Today, his company, Fidel Gastro's street food company, is internationally recognized. But 10 years ago, it barely got off the ground.
So I came with an idea for opening up a sandwich shop called Fidel Gastro's here in Toronto. And I had a meeting scheduled at the bank, and I was denied very quickly because I had no equity, I had no investments, I didn't own anything. The bank looked at me as a huge liability, and they were like, absolutely not.
A few weeks later, an idea came when Matt was making dinner for his friends.
People started to gravitate around the cooking area, and it felt like it was an extension of the party. So I was like, maybe that's what the business model is to get started.
Basile reworked his original business plan and created Fidel Gastro's, a pop-up food company.
I had hosted my first pop-up, and from there we've grown quite a bit. We've launched a food truck and a huge catering company, a catering division of all different kind of shapes and sizes. I had my own restaurant, so it's been fun to constantly call food and feeding people my career.
While working 100+ hours a week on various branches of his company, tragedy struck when his grandfather suddenly passed away. The news of his death hit Matt hard. To help with the healing process, he opened up about his grief in an article for Vice.
I don't think I had a chance to grieve, and I think it manifested in forms of anger and stress and depression. So I wrote an article for Vice, and it kind of started a conversation, at least for me, about what could we do, what more could we do within the community.
Matt divided his energy between his business and his charity.
I linked up with CAMH. I started doing cooking classes for their in and out programs. And basically the idea behind that was giving people an opportunity to learn foundations of flavor, and you had to make $15 taste really good.
But Basile saw another community in need. In 2017, Matt helped launch June's Eatery, the world's first pop-up restaurant where the chefs, service, and staff were all HIV positive. His goal was to eliminate stigma that comes with the disease.
It was an incredibly important initiative for no other reason than facts matter. I think the fear around people not having a meal prepared by someone who's HIV positive is just that. It is fear.
Matt continued to make an impact. His business was doing better than ever. But when the coronavirus hit North America, the catering and restaurant industry took a severe hit.
Predominantly in events and catering companies. And we saw everything from our weddings getting postponed by 12 months, when there were a lot of charitable events that we were involved with that all had to cancel across the board.
While some small businesses closed their doors permanently, Matt had to adapt the Fidel Gastro's business model.
We've shifted gears. So we've started doing meal programs. So people can, we have a menu of 5 or 6 items. It's never going to recoup the lost business that we've had. It's an opportunity to keep people experiencing our food and our brand, and keep members of my team busy as well.
In light of the stay-at-home order, Matt is finding time to create new recipes.
I just started putting some elements together, and it's a very hearty sauce. It's so simple to make, and other than for the Gorgonzola, very, very, very cost-effective. Simple. First thing I did was, thought I'd save some time, roasted off some zucchini and garlic in the oven at 425. Got about a tablespoon of olive oil there. No need to salt it because we've got so much other flavors going on. For here, I have a pot of water already boiling. I'm just gonna add some salt to it. And then the rigatoni is gonna go right in. So you're gonna cook the pasta just like you would cook it for any other sauce. I like my pasta al dente. So now we're gonna make the sauce. Got the zucchini, that's gonna go in. We got the roasted garlic. All right, so now we've gotten those ingredients just kind of quickly pulsed. Not done yet. So we got a little bit of Gorgonzola cheese. I'm using about 2 tablespoons worth. Then a healthy amount of butter, because that's going to help again add some cream factor to it. So add a couple leaves of basil in there, a little bit of mashed potatoes. I'm going to take about a ladle's worth of starch water that we're using here for our pasta. Last but not least, we have Parmesan cheese. This Parm is just, it's fantastic. It adds salt to it. And then now you can really start to see those colors come together. As that skin breaks, that's what really gives it that creamy green finish is what we're looking for. That's it. That was the sauce. It's done. And now we're gonna add some of this beautiful sauce to the pasta. Got a little bit of the sauce going into the base. Add the pasta in. Give it a stir. You want to start to see this beautiful sauce kind of coat the pasta. And then, like I was saying earlier, I come from that school of thought. There's no such thing as too much Parm. So I'm just gonna put a little bit of chili flakes right on the pasta. And then we're gonna come right over that plate and just give it a really, really generous amount of Parmesan cheese. Hope you enjoy and stay safe.